Whoa, man. Gosh, that's a good name. Adam said in Genesis chapter 2, he says, this is bone just like my bone, the structure, and flesh like my flesh. There's no hair on her like the animals I know, no scales, no feathers. Flesh just like mine. Her structure, I've never seen a creature standing upright. Monkeys can't do it. They got to always be like this, you see. So I'm not their cousin because they don't walk like me. They walk like this. That cancels evolution, all right? Finish. That finished, all right. And Adam says, I've never seen an animal with structure like mine, upright. Bone, just like my bone. Flesh, just like my flesh. I will call her wombed man because she's the man taken out of me who has a womb. Then the next verse, Adam began to prophesy. He never should have prophesied. And Adam said, for this cause, God, I think God blew his mind when he saw that lady. He says, for this cause should a man leave anybody. He was talking to who? Talking about his father God. He said, for this cause should a man leave his father and his mother and cleave unto this thing, his wife. And the two shall become one flesh. What kind of woman is this woman? Let's talk about the woman, then we're going to wrap it up. All the men sit up straight and smile. It's going to be your time now. The woman that came out of Adam. Now, I'm going to give you a list up on the board. You can write them down real quick. The man is a spirit. The woman is a spirit. Remember, they're both man. The man has no gender because he is spirit. The woman has no gender because she's a spirit. In other words, spirits have no gender. There's nothing in the Bible referring to a male or female spirit. So every female in here has a man on the inside, a spirit being. Number 3, the man, the spirit man, have God's nature. The woman is also a man. She's got God's nature. Fourthly, the man is eternal. That's a spirit. Spirits cannot die. The man and the woman is also eternal. The man is the glory of God, the nature of God. The woman is the glory of God, the nature of God. The man is the image of God. The woman is the image of God. So all spiritually, they are all equal. By the way, if you don't believe in women preaching, then here's a solution. Close your eyes and listen. Let the man preach. If the house disturbs you, then close your eyes so you can't see the house. And let the resident preach. You'll get it when I'm gone. By the way, I've heard ministers say, I don't believe in women preaching. Women shouldn't be in the ministry. My problem with that is simple. Who did Jesus leave the world in the hands of? A woman. You missed it. The church is not a man. The church is a woman. And he said to the woman, go into all the world and... Well, I'll leave that there. You can deal with that. So every man in here is a part of a woman who's preaching. It's quiet. Okay. Read the word. Deal with it yourself. You see, inside this female is a man. She's a spirit being. That's why the male and female are equal but different. What makes them different is their bodies, the house they live in. Now this female is unique. Let's see the difference between the male and female and see what kind of woman you need to marry. First of all, the male is dirt. That's where we get the word humus from. And the female is dirt. She's taken out of the man and God built her out of the man. The female, like the male, is physical. They're not spirit, they are physical. The man on the inside is spirit, but the body is physical dirt. Thirdly, the male is sensual, the female is sensual. In other words, the bodies operate on senses. Fourthly, the male is the temple of the spirit. Well, the female is the temple of the spirit. Fifthly, the male must be managed. Well, the female must also be managed. These bodies need to be controlled by us, managed. Got no problem with that. Well, here's the difficulty now. The male was placed in the garden first. The female was presented to the male in the Eden second. In other words, the female met the man in the garden. The issue is this: you should always marry a man who you meet in the garden. Meet a man in the presence of the Lord, you can't go wrong. You don't go out of the presence of the Lord to find a man and try to get him back into the presence of the Lord. She met Adam in Eden. Secondly, the male was given work first. She was created to help him work. Number 4, the man was given the word first. But she was not given the word directly, which means that she was supposed to be the recipient of the word through the male. And fifthly, he was given an assignment first. She was assigned to dominate with him, which means she's also a dominator. Well, here comes the difficulty. The male is the responsible head. Head doesn't mean better, it means responsible. The female was sent to help him. She's a helper. Secondly, the male is the provider. He is the source. She's supposed to be the incubator. Thirdly, he's the cultivator. She's supposed to be the producer. Fourthly, he is the giver. She's supposed to be the receiver. He's the protector. She's supposed to be the encourager. He's the developer. She's supposed to be the nurturer. He is the source of as a teacher. She's supposed to be the resource, the one who gives the commands after she learns them from her husband. I'm moving quickly for a reason. He is the teacher, but she is the prophetess. Now let me explain what a female is supposed to be. Let's go down the list. First of all, a female is supposed to be a helper. In other words, a woman in the beginning was a woman who was designed by God and equipped by God to help a male fulfill the assignment that God put him in his life to do, his vision. So a woman is not a one who comes to destroy what the man's vision is. You don't want to marry a woman who comes to tell you how to run your life. All right, let me explain this another way. You don't marry a man and then try to dictate how he's supposed to live. Ladies, you're quiet. All the men say amen. It's your turn now, so sit up straight and take it. God says, I will make for him a what? A helper. Now, a helper is not the one who runs the show. You don't want a woman. See, the reason why marriages don't work is because we got a monster. A monster is any creature with two heads. A wise woman helps her husband achieve. Oh boy. A good woman studies her husband. You all better write this stuff down. A good woman studies her husband, and she doesn't, now listen carefully, there's a difference. She doesn't irritate him. She doesn't criticize him. Secret lady, what a real woman does is she keeps asking him questions. She tries to find out what his dream is, what his vision is, what his desires are. Her goal is to study him. Honey, what do you want to do in the next 10 years? Sweetheart, what do you see us coming to in the next 20 years? Honey, how do you see us developing in our children? What do you see the future of our home is? Baby, can you tell me, what do you see for the business? You have any ideas? What are you going to do with it? Are you going to stay in this job forever? Or what are you going to think about this? What are you going to keep asking questions? Why? You want to get his vision. Most women come home. Where you been? How come you ain't doing nothing? Oh, lazy thing you. We ain't going nowhere.